Hey guys, this is James from Heretic Wargaming. So today is a very short video. So I wanted to show you guys how to candy your models, and this is actually a unique technique. I want to thank my buddy Willie for showing me his actual models where he had done this, and I also want to thank the guys on the Facebook pages for the Death Guard, and I believe it was Chaos Space Marines, because I did post out there how do you guys do this. And some of those guys did give me some tips and tricks. So, but without further ado, like I said, this is gonna be a real short video, probably maybe 5 minutes, and hopefully you guys learn a little bit something from this. So here's our finished product right here. I wanted to show you guys before we got into the actual lesson itself that this is the effect that we are aiming for. This one is obviously the model itself is not fully painted, but I wanted to show you guys because I am going to candy a bunch of models, and I figured, hey, might as well show other people how to do it. So let's get into what you guys will actually need to do this. So the first step to candying your models is to paint them some sort of metallic color. So many people actually suggested that you do gold for red. It's just, I guess it turns out a lot better. Now, you can do this to make your models green. You can make them blue. You can make them, there's actually a lot of colors, and I'm going to get into the paint that I used for this. And I actually do have a couple different colors. I do not have an example to show of one color. But in this example, so you can see my venom crawlers, these were actually primed with Retributor Gold. So you guys can buy that in a spray can. It is a GW spray can. I was not able to, I did try to see if like Tamira or Vallejo or any of those sold a similar gold. And sadly, my hobby shop didn't have any. But you can see the GW Retributor Gold goes on really nice. It's nice and thin. And all the details of this venom crawler look amazing. And you can see I'm actually going to be painting a couple of Greater Possessed with this and a venom crawler. So in this video, I'm just going to literally paint one venom crawler to show you guys how to get to this. So let's go ahead and move this guy off to the side. All right, so for the paints you're going to need, so first you need to prime Retributor Gold. Now you guys are going to need some sort of jar or something to mix your paints in. Here I actually have a little, I believe this was a baby food jar or like maybe a hobby jar or something like that that my wife had lying around. So that's what I use to mix my paints in. You're going to need this right here. This is actually a prime ingredient. So this is actually Tamiya color acrylic paint thinner. So this is X20A. And I did get this from my hobby store. It's real cheap, like $2. And you're going to need some sort of gloss. So I like to use the Tamiya colors. I actually use this green right here for a lot of my ooze on my Death Guard models. It's actually a base for a lot of my ooze effects. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. But you can use this to actually make a nice dark green if you really wanted to. Now, one thing to note with these Tamiya gloss colors, you need to shake them vigorously before you use them. They separate very well. And you'll also read on the side, these are flammable, and they are, if you use these in enclosed areas, they're highly toxic. It can make you super lightheaded, so please use these with caution. Whenever they're not in use, cap them. And also, when you guys shake these come out very super thick. So when you shake it vigorously, you know, I actually like to use, this is actually the lid for my my wet palette. And when I pull the lids off, I'll actually set them on the wet palette. That way the drippings get on this as opposed to, you know, the table or anywhere else. This stuff is very super viscous and it will stain things very easily. So and then you can see here, so obviously I use the red for my guys. So this is actually the Tamiya color acrylic paint red. So it's clear red gloss X27. And so what you're going to do is you're basically going to mix the thinner with whatever color gloss you want in your little jar. Mix it till it's super thin. Probably, I would say, almost water, a little thicker than water is the consistency I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and mix some, kind of show you guys what it looks like on the paintbrush, and we will go ahead. To get to this color over here, you're going to actually need to do 3 coats. So I'll do 1 coat, show you guys kind of, well, I'll show you what the viscosity of the paint's going to be. I'll paint on my Venom Crawler, show you guys coat 1, coat 2, and then finally coat 3, just to kind of show you guys, and then we'll go to the outro. So like I said, super short video, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've went ahead and mixed my paints here. So as you can see in my jar, it's very, very super thin now. For you guys who've never used this, here I'll just kind of show you guys what this looks like normally. So you guys can see the Tamiya is very, very super viscous, right? So all I did was basically I put a little bit of paint in a jar with a brush, and then I used my brush, dipped it in the thinner. You don't have to really worry about polluting the thinner, right? Because thinner, more or less, yeah, it's how you thin paints. So, and I just went ahead and kind of put it in the corner of the jar, and I just kind of swished it around until I had the consistency I want. So this is the way I like to do it. I mean, you could pour the thinner and that in there if you wanted to do a lot, but I like to do a little bit at a time. That way I'm not wasting it. So let's go ahead and do the first coat, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, so welcome back. So as you can see, I went ahead and did the first coat of my my red on numerous models. Now this is actually the completed one, and so probably on camera you're like looking at them, you're like, oh yeah, they don't look too incredibly different. This one's just slightly darker, but let's see if I can get this on camera. Yeah, so you guys can see it's actually a lot of the gold is still showing through. Now you want to thin down that red enough that it's not coating the model, so you can kind of tell if it's too thick still, because it'll almost be like almost like a, I don't know how to explain it, almost like oil. Instead of paint, it'll be more like oil on the model. So you want to make sure you get it thin enough that you can spread it really nice around the model. So this is my finished one here. So I went ahead and primed that, or sorry, not primed, base coated that one, and then here's one of the greater possessed. So you guys can kind of see the areas I kind of picked out. He didn't have nearly as much armor as I figured he was going to, so I haven't painted one of these guys yet either. So, but there you go. So we have our first coat. So you need to leave them for about a half an hour. It does take a little longer for this to properly dry, in my opinion. I don't like to go ahead and paint these guys earlier because if the glaze isn't fully cured, it's actually going to more or less create like strings and streak real bad. So let these sit properly for about a half an hour and then do your second coat. So, and I will do the second coat and be right back with you guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching this painting video. I actually accidentally deleted the second and third coats. So hopefully this gets the idea across. You guys have already seen the final product. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead, visit my Patreon page or visit our Facebook page. Like us on either one. All the support we can get, you know, spread the page, spread the love. So, and see you guys next time. And hopefully this was short enough. I'm trying to work on the shortness of these painting videos. So, and have a good day.